Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Rondo, and I'm going to be showing us how to work with DeltaMath in terms of doing some of the skills we learned yesterday in class with parallel and perpendicular lines. So let's jump right in. So this is one of the types of questions you're going to see in DeltaMath today. What is the slope of a line parallel to the line whose equation is x minus 2y equals negative 18? Fully simplify your answer. So for this type of question, when we're talking, first of all, let's make sure we know what we're being asked. It's asking what is the slope. So our answer that we're going to give needs to be a slope, because that was the question right here. What is the slope? Okay, so our answer should be a slope. And then it tells us more information, the slope of a line parallel. Because we are dealing with parallel lines, what do we know about their slopes? We know they have the same slope. So that's really important. When I go to look at the equation, though, I can't tell what the slope is because it's not written in slope-intercept form. So that's what I'm going to basically do is take this equation that was given to us, and I'm going to rewrite it in slope-intercept form so I will clearly be able to see the slope. So here goes. To get y by itself, so that I write it in slope-intercept form, I'm going to start by moving the x. Right now this is positive x, so I'm going to subtract it. So I have x minus x. That's going to give me 0. I have negative 2y left over. Because I want it in slope-intercept form, I'm going to put the negative x part in front and then minus 18 in the back. Then to get y by itself, I have to get rid of that negative 2. Since it's negative 2 times y, my inverse operation is divide. So the opposite of multiply, divide. So I divide everything by negative 2, and I like to show that as each individual thing being divided by negative 2. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 is a positive 1. Here we have a negative 1 in front of that x, so it's negative 1 divided by negative 2, which doesn't divide evenly, so I just leave it as a fraction and I kick the x to the side. Negative 18 divided by negative 2 is a positive 9. So now that it's written, my equation's written in slope-intercept form, I can clearly see the slope is 1/2. I know I want a line parallel to this, so I'm looking for the same slope, so my answer would be 1/2. All right, so the other type within this type of question where it says, what is the slope? So again, our question, what is the slope? Means our answer is going to be a slope. But this time we're asked for a line that's perpendicular. So perpendicular lines, if you don't remember from yesterday, these are lines that have opposite reciprocal slopes. It's take me a minute to catch up writing that, reciprocal slopes. So I'm going to need to check slopes, and I want to see opposite reciprocal slopes. Again, I have that same kind of issue. My equation here of 5x plus 6y equals negative 54 is not written in a way where I can easily see the slope. So I'm going to rewrite this so it's in slope-intercept form, again, so I can easily find that slope. So I'm going to rewrite it, the equation, the original one, 5x plus 6y equals negative 54. So I can work it out down here. Sorry about that weirdness. Let me fix it really quickly. Cool. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to solve for y. So I have 5x that I need to move to the other side. I would do that with subtraction. And so I subtract 5x from both sides. And really quickly, that works because 5x minus 5x is in fact 0. So I have 6y equals, again, put the x in front, so negative or minus 5x, and then the minus 54 in the back. Trying to make it look like slope-intercept form, we put the x in front. All right, then to get the y by itself, I would be dividing every single thing by 6. So 6 divided by 6 gives me 1y. Negative 5 divided by 6 doesn't divide out, so I just leave it as a fraction. And then negative 54 divided by positive 6 is going to give me negative 9. Whoopsie, I forgot my x. There we go. So this then would be my equation, and I'm focused on the slope. So here's the slope, but be careful. This time again, we said we wanted perpendicular lines. So that means opposite reciprocal slopes. So the opposite of a negative would be a positive. The reciprocal of 5/6 would be 6/5. And that's basically in fully simplified form. I am not 100% sure if DeltaMath will take it in this fashion. If it will do an improper fraction, it should. But if not, you can type that into your calculator, 6 divided by 5, and get a decimal response as well. And I apologize for not knowing that off the top of my head. But 6/5 is the answer we're looking for. All right, the other type of question you'll get will look like this. Which equation represents a line which is parallel to the line given? So jumping back to parallel lines, we know that they have the same slope. And again, I'm stuck with that problem where I can't tell what the slope is. So I'm going to rewrite this in slope-intercept form. So once again, getting the y by itself, I start with subtracting x. X minus x is 0. I have negative 7, y equals negative x minus 21. Again, I put the minus x part in front so that it's in slope-intercept form. Then I'm going to divide everything by negative 7. Negative 7 divided by negative 7 is positive 1y. Again, here I have that negative 1 in front of my x. So negative divided by negative is positive 1/7 because that doesn't divide out. Kick the x to the side. Whoopsie. Let's clear that up a little bit. All right, kick the x to the side. And then negative 21 divided by negative 7 is a positive 3. So here's my slope for the given equation. I'm just double checking. Remember that we are looking for parallel lines. So that means, sorry, I didn't like my circle there. Let me try that again. That means that I need my equation that I'm looking for to have a slope of 1/7. That would be this equation right here, positive 1/7, matching slope. Those are the lines that will be parallel. And then in that similar fashion, this one, the same type of question, but this time we're looking at perpendicular. So a reminder, perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes. Or we sometimes call them negative reciprocal slopes, one negative, one positive. They are opposites. All right, and again, our problem is we cannot tell what the slope is the way the equation's written, so we're going to rewrite it. So I have 7x plus 5y equals negative 35, and I'm going to turn this into slope-intercept form. I'm going to subtract 7x from both sides. 7x minus 7x is 0. I have 5y equals, on the right-hand side, negative 7x minus 35, and then divide everything by 5. So 5 divided by 5 is y, or 1y. Negative 7 divided by 5 doesn't divide, so I leave it as a fraction. It doesn't divide evenly. And then kick the x to the back. Negative 35 divided by 5 is a negative 7. Again, my focus is to find out what is the slope. So here's my slope. This time, going back to the top, we want perpendicular lines, so opposite reciprocals. So I'm looking for a slope that has an opposite sign. Opposite of negative would be positive. And I need it to be the reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 7/5 would be 5/7. So my answer that I'm looking for has to have a slope of 5/7. That's positive. That would be this one right here. So there's my answer. And that concludes our examples. So hopefully that helped you out getting through understanding how to do the DeltaMath today. Good luck, and we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow.